Welcome back to another episode of NC Bassin. Today I'm going to try a topwater challenge. This week has been tough. I've been fishing a few times, haven't even been able to make a video out of it. So it's been hard to catch fish. Today we're going to do a topwater challenge. 5 baits, see if I can catch fish on. We'll do a buzz bait, a whopper plopper, a frog, a popper, and a walking bait. The main five that I use. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be tough because these ponds I fish at have been terrible, so it's going to be hard to catch them. But I'm also going to tell you when and where to use each kind of topwater. Those are the 5 basic main topwaters. You still got like buzz toads and stuff like that, but 5 main basic types of topwaters. I'll tell you when and where to use them. Now, buzz bait is a great bait. The ploppers really took over in my arsenal as far as using the buzz bait. When you got laydowns in a small amount of grass, you want to throw the buzz bait. You can get it into way thicker things than you can a plopper, but downside is you only got 1 or 2 hooks, and a plopper you got 6, and it just makes that good plopping sound, so it definitely makes a difference. Something that's hit right there, but I think it was a bluegill. Biggest bass I ever caught was on a buzz bait, so I definitely like buzz baits. It's not like I don't like buzz baits. And then when you got not hardly any cover but just docks or some kind of bigger structure, I like to throw a plopper. Especially you need low light conditions for moving baits. So these are, you can pop them and you can catch fish on that, but mainly just reeling them in slow to steady, or even speeding up a little bit this time of year when it's warm. Plopper is really probably my favorite bait right now. It catches a ton of fish, and when you have pretty much no cover like riprap and you're covering a lot of water, you can throw the walking bait. You can throw this out in open water, call fish up. This right here is the best way to cover water. I mean, you can with a buzz bait, but this will catch fish in open water. It's great. That's probably one of my favorite baits on Lake Norman. And then when you got cover, but it's only sparse cover, you want to throw that isolated stuff, a popper. Great bait, especially early in the year when they're still slow. A popper can go real slow, throw it right past the stump and just pop it real slow. You got 6 hooks, so you can actually get a hook in them, and you get a lot of bites on the popper and sometimes a big fish. But then when you got real thick cover, especially grass, 90% of the time if you got grass, that's what I'm going to throw, is going to be a frog. If a frog will go through the thickest mats, you want to throw it on braid and heavy action rod. As you've seen in some of my previous videos, I've been catching big fish on a frog. I'm going to throw a little popping frog today. I've been catching them on the walking frog. It's a little bit bigger profile. This is smaller, so I'm probably going to throw smaller baits to try to complete this challenge, because it's going to be a tough challenge, guys. I might not even be able to complete it, but wish me luck. Maybe I can catch 5 fish. It's going to be tough. Let's see how it goes. There we go. He's a little guy, tiny guy, but one on the plopper. Hit right at the bank. At this tannic water, these fish are always dark, but it's hard to even catch a fish out here. I've never caught one over 3. It's not a very good pond. There's been days I caught a few out of here, but look at that little Florida looking bass. Dark as can be, just black and tiny. That's a plopper. Caught one on the plopper, guys. It's gonna be hard to put down. It's probably my favorite bait. Got one on the frog, dangling in the tree. Oh no! I was toe dangling and lost him. Pulling a Bama bass and just dangling in the tree. He barely hit it though. I thought there's some big bluegills that keep hitting my popper and frog. I thought it was a gill. Man, that was a decent fish for this pond. Good God, where'd he come from? Oh my. Oh my gosh. That bass dove out of the water. All these fish are like 10 inches long though. I think like that. He hit it that hard, and he's both of them. On the cover pop, Arashi. So small he jerked him straight out of the water when he set the hook. Never eating dragonflies. Probably tadpoles, I don't know. Seen too much tadpoles. Got him. Yes, he's a giant. This same one come and hit the frog. These fish are tiny. Now I've caught 2 in the popper and I still don't feel like it should count. Barely bigger than the bait. Man, these guys are little. Good shot. There we go. Well, there's one on the frog, but he ain't very big. Right when I look down, he wants to hit it. Frogfish. Oh, he's a giant too, I'm telling you. He ate it. You see why I'm using smaller size baits here, guys. You want it? Caught that fish and that heron flew straight over here. Go. Well, on the frog, fish, biggest fish of the day, sadly. Well, at least I'm catching fish. They're just really, really small. Oh, man. Oh God, oh, I thought he was a big one. Finally something out of here, but that's a bigger fish. I was just popping a plopper. That counts. The plopper is officially done now. That fish is tiny, but it's for plopper 90. Something out here. So hard fishing on this pond now. About to make a change. We still gotta catch one on the buzz bait and the walking bait at very least. And I don't really want to count the fish I caught on the popper because they were so small, but that's probably the biggest fish of the day, and he don't even weigh a pound. Good. It's about the only spot I can fish here, guys, and I'm able to catch a couple. I love catching them on top water. Even hook bad. Whopper plopper. 90 catches fish. Little ones. Still nothing. Well, I tried this pond, guys, for a good 30 minutes, and I know it's very tough to catch fish out of my John boat. This is the pond I always fish at. It's hard to catch fish, so it's gonna be really hard to catch from the bank. Tried to buzz bait, tried to walk a bait through here, didn't get a bite. So on to the next pond. Let's see if we can finish this challenge. Well, guys, looks like I'm wasting time here. Those cows right there are the reason they rotate these fields. When they put the cows in here, this pond is terrible. A few weeks ago, I was catching fish here. Water was pretty clean, had some mats to flip frogs on. Now it's muddy as can be, can't even get a bite. I mean, it's no visibility, super muddy, and that's from the cows walking around in it. Makes it hard to catch a fish. I'm sure they're out here somewhere, but I guess I'm going to go back to the first pond. I was catching a bunch of small fish there, so I might be able to complete the challenge. I'm having trouble completing it right now. I'm going to have to see if I can get one on the buzz bait and on the walking bait. Go back to that pond. Good. Oh my God, I can't hook them with this little one. Well, guys, it's getting dark and I'm pretty much spent trying to fish all these ponds, trying to catch these fish, and the challenge just ain't working out. All week's been a struggle with fishing. I've barely been able to catch anything. The ones I've caught have been tiny. Nothing over a pound a day, sad fish. Only caught 3 out of the 5. I didn't catch one on the buzzbait or the walking bait. And I missed a couple in here that I could have got on it, but they're tiny. All these fish in here seem to be real small. There's a lot of mosquito fish, so I guess the small fish have a lot of forage to eat, but the big fish probably don't. I never catch any big fish out here. But at least I catch something out here. The other ponds were terrible. I got skunk at my main pond, and then that muddy cow pond did terrible there. Just couldn't catch one on the buzz bait because they just kept missing. I got a few bites and couldn't get one on the walking bait. I couldn't even get a bite on the walking bait. For some reason, I guess they don't want to bite the walking bait. They want the popper or the frog. They're biting way better earlier. And thanks for watching. I know this has been a tough little sad video to watch for these little fish. I don't know. It's been hard coming up with places to fish with no boat. Hopefully we got better content coming soon, guys. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and we'll see you on the next video.